Today on Com Talk, we're going to be talking about cosplaying with Donna Standridge.
What is happening here? Celeste, something's happening on the planet Geekery right this second.
Glix, Priority Alpha Command, open comms, now.
Loading the culture language patches. Loading spiritual applications. Loading grace and hope directives. Comms opening in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Com Talk, the podcast extension of Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I am Celeste, and we are so glad that you have hit play today. This is a special episode. We're very excited to have a very, very fun friend of ours named Donna. Miss Donna, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
So now, we met you through GeekCon because you were cosplaying. And so that is what we're going to be talking about today. You might have heard Dallas and John Stout's conversation about cosplay that they had. It just came out this weekend. And so this is going to kind of go in that same vein, but it's going to be a little bit different because we're girls, dang it. So there's going to be different topics. So let's get into stuff. So Ms. Donna, what made you want to get into cosplay?
Well, I am so going to put an expiration date on myself here. Back in 1982,
Okay.
I went to my very first sci-fi convention.
Really?
Yeah, and they were, it was fun. I had gone to meet my favorite artist, and Kelly Freeze, and I heard there was going to be a costume contest. I said, "Oh, what? What is? Tell me about this costume contest." And they were telling me about this costume contest, and I went, "Ew, that sounds fun." So I immediately went home and started going through every closet in the house and came across my older sister's prom dress.
Oh, wow.
From the 70s, which was like very spangly. I mean, there wasn't a part of it that wasn't sequined and glittered and something. And
it was fabulous.
It was amazingly fabulous. And I started taking that thing apart, and I turned it into a Barbarella costume.
Oh my gosh.
And I went
so
back
fun.
and I ended up having to sneak out of the house so my dad wouldn't see me.
Oh no.
So, because he would have went, oh, no. No. So I snuck out of the house and went back. I didn't win, but it sure was fun. And the bug had gotten me from there. So I was like 16 years old, and that was a very long time ago. Yeah.
I think that is one of my favorite things about what you do in cosplay, because it makes me hopeful that when I get older and continue to get older, like we all do, that I don't have to stop, because it is something I enjoy doing. I didn't cosplay last year for GeekCon, and I was very sad, and I felt very boring. Okay, so, what are some of your favorite aspects of cosplay?
The creativity of it, the fact that you can just let your mind wander and go any direction with it, and you're okay. It's okay. You think, "Oh, that's impossible." No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just fine. Go there. If you feel comfortable with it, and you think you can make it happen, make it happen.
Sometimes even if you can't think you can make it happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can fake it until you make it too. I mean, that's part of the magic. I mean, all the gravity defying collars and things. I mean, ingenuity. You come up with all kinds of stuff to make it happen.
The guy that was some sort of a robot like 2 years ago at the GeekCon convention, where he had to like put it on upstairs because there was so much mechanic work to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, how did you think to even do that? I'm over here going, I can match this top with this dress. I might be able to do a little bit of homework, but the mechanical side of it is nuts. I'm like, yeah, that's not for me, but good for you. It's awesome to see.
Yeah. I mean, I did my first costume with lights in it a couple of years ago, and
Uh-huh.
and all that electronic stuff just befuddles me. That's not something that I understand. Well, I
Mhm.
understand it a lot better now. Um, and it was a journey learning
Yeah.
how to line all that stuff up and wire it together in the circuits and all that stuff, and working with my husband, who is the electronics nerd, and he did all the actual soldering and everything, because
Mhm.
you know I didn't want any part of that.
Probably
but I
safer
put
that
all that
way.
together.
So, now what cosplay was that for?
That was for the Death Knight Ysera. It was the green and silver one that had all the
Yes.
lights and things, that the horns and stuff that came up
Mhm.
off of it, and everything was lit up from all the way down. It was pretty cool.
I remember that one. I remember that being very cool. So now I have noticed that you tend to do more modest cosplay. Do you have any recommendations for people who are wanting to do cosplay but still holding to more modest standards? Because, like me personally, I would be uncomfortable if I wore some of the outfits that some of these lovely ladies wear. Like, no shame to them. That's just not my thing. Um, so, how would you, what would you recommend for people?
Well, there are a lot of cosplays out there that are so very revealing,
Hmm.
that I would, I love them. I would love to play them, and I'm like, you know, but you look for ways to modify them to
Right.
your comfort level. And there are all kinds of ways to do that. Like, if your tushy's hanging out, if you wear the costume as it presents itself, and that makes you uncomfortable, then you modify it to, like, wear tights, like skater tights,
Hmm.
um, what they call boy shorts,
Oh, yeah.
and things like that, swim trunks, things like that. There are all kinds of ways that you can modify outfits to where they're a lot more modest and comforting to your standards.
Hmm.
And I do that all the time. There are a lot of things that are cut halfway up your waist. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. And I fix that. And or things that'll show a midriff, and I will put a corset or an undersuit on under it.
That's a
So
good idea. So, do you have to sew to be able to do that, or can you do
no,
other?
no, you don't have to be able to sew. Just, you can go out on Amazon. You can go to J.C. Penney. You can go anywhere. You can go to the thrift store. You can look for anything that will work. Just think, oh, I think maybe a swimsuit would work under this. Go find
Mm,
you a swimsuit wherever you go. Look for swimsuits.
gotcha.
You
Finding
can
out.
go anywhere. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm an awful sewist. I am awful. The sewing machine dislikes me. It may be a brother's sewing machine, but it is not my brother.
Oh no.
it's not even my friend.
Oh no.
but I keep trying to be friends with it. I push myself. I keep trying to be friends with it, and I'm doing more and more. But
But not necessarily your strong suit.
no.
So, this wasn't in our pre-planned questions, but what would you think would be your strong suit? Are you great with foam? I know you said your husband did more of the soldering stuff, and clearly, seamstress is not necessarily your favorite title.
No, I make myself do seamstress work every time,
Hmm.
because it's part of it. You have to learn it. You have to push yourself.
Right.
uh my big thing is foam. I do foam
Yeah.
work. I'm I'm pretty darn good at foam work.
I'd say you're pretty darn good at it too.
And I'm learning more and more how to deal with the thermoplastics, the Warbler and things like that, and
the stuff that you have to heat up to make it meld.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you burn your fingerprints off. And it's.
I mean, is it really crafting if you have fingerprints after it?
No,
no, I don't think so.
And and it's you look at all these other cosplayers that work with this stuff, and it's just, it looks so effortless, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I want to do that. And then you get after it, and the stuff that you make looks like it came out of kindergarten classroom. You're going,
That happened. Yes. I understand.
You keep working with it. You keep working with it. You keep working with it. I'm not a very good sculptor, but I keep plugging away at it. Keep
working on it. I have a cosplay where I was a alien from a cartoon called Invader Zim, and I discovered quickly that I should have done something to balance the thing on my head instead of just sticking my head in this huge foam box, because I kept choking myself.
Oh,
because it would fall back and it would go and hit me in the neck. So that one didn't last all day. I think I wore it maybe a few hours.
We suffer for our craft. We suffer for our art.
We do. And then we go change clothes in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing, designing these costumes where you can actually go to the bathroom.
Oh, yes.
Without 3 other people helping you.
Yeah. Being able to go to the bathroom by yourself is a valuable concern when you're looking to make a costume.
And when I first started doing the foam work, all of these years, I had just picked up foam work only, 4 or 5 years ago. And when I first started doing the foam work, I really didn't understand that there was a difference between the HD foam and the LD foam, that one is softer, more pliable than another. And I did one that was a full bodice. It wasn't a top and a bottom. It was a full bodice all the way down. And I did it in the HD foam, and I couldn't bend over at all. And I kept dropping things like my sword. And I would take my shield and I would try to pick up. I would scoot things over to the wall and try to pick it up. And it couldn't go to the bathroom that one either. I was like,
well, you just don't drink a lot that day.
And you're afraid to stay hydrated.
Right. But you need to stay hydrated because it's so warm.
Right. The lessons that you learn. I mean, when other cosplayers give you advice like that, laugh at their stories and listen to them, because you don't want to repeat those same mistakes.
I understand that completely. Well, what are some of your favorite cosplays that you've done?
I think my favorite cosplay is probably that Ysera costume with the one that had the lights and everything. I was so proud of that.
It looked so good.
I worked for months and months and months on that, and I was so proud of that. And there is a particular artist that his name is Zach Fisher, and he does a lot of World of Warcraft art, and I believe he even used to work for Blizzard at one time, and he does a lot of artwork for cosplayers, and he does consignment work for making custom art for them. And one of these days I am going to hire him to do something for me. And I have done several of his cosplays, and he is just amazing, and I am obsessed with his work. I've done a couple of pieces. The Malthael piece, the black and white one that had I guess you could call it an angel of death from
Mm,
Diablo, from the Diablo game.
right.
That was another one of his pieces, and I'm currently working on a Valkyrie piece
Oh,
that
nice.
he did, and it's going to be lovely and beautiful, and I really enjoy bringing his art to life, and those are some of my favorite things to do.
I love when you find that niche that you
Yeah,
really wanna work in. It's
yeah.
so much fun. So, do you have any recommendations for someone who's like, "I want to get into cosplay, but I don't know where to start?"
The very first thing that I would tell somebody is you have to have fun with it. If you are not having fun with it, you are not doing it right.
Mm,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
and don't let anybody bring you down with it
Right.
either. I mean, you're going to have there'll be people in your family that are going, "Don't you think you're a little old to play dress up?" No,
Oh,
no. I mean,
you're never too old for dress up.
it, it like there's some people at my work that look at me and go, and that's okay. It's wearable art.
Right.
It's art like any other art. You are doing a craft.
Mhm.
It's like oil painting. It's like ceramics. It's like any other art. You are able to wear it. That is your canvas. Your body is your canvas. And it's no less credible or viable than any other form of art.
Right.
Be proud of it. Put yourself into it. Wear it. Be proud.
I have a friend who she crochets and she made herself a crocheted Link costume,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm just in awe of because I crochet, but I don't crochet things that I wear unless it's like a hat. And I'm just sitting here going, how does that not look like it ran through the wash 6 times, which is what the last sweater I tried to make looked like. Um, like how did you do that? And so I love the creativity that comes with cosplay because there are so many different things that you can incorporate and it
Mhm.
counts. It all counts.
It does. It does. I
So
mean, and there's no limit to the creativity or the materials that you can use, like
right.
crocheting. I mean, there is a niche in cosplay where a crochet niche, and it's growing. It's
Is
growing. You're
it
seeing it
really?
more and more at conventions every year, and it's a growing niche in cosplay. You're going to see it more and more. It's whatever materials you can find. I mean, people go out in their backyard and they find things. Oh, I can use this. Use it. It's
Do it.
great. It's great. I mean, the creativity that cosplay spawns is nothing short of amazing. I mean, it makes your mind work. It keeps your mind young.
Mhm.
It keeps your brain functioning. It keeps your mind young. And keeps your hands working. It's such a wonderful, amazing hobby to have, no matter your age.
I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing what you and others like our friend John do because y'all are so good at it that I'm sitting here going, I could maybe do that one day ish. I don't know if I could make a Nuka Cola machine, but I could
I couldn't do that either.
I could do something similar that with cardboard.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, now I know folks that do costumes out of cardboard, and
oh
they're
yeah.
amazing. And it's like, how did you do that?
There's a girl that we see every year at GeekCon, and she wears she has a costume. It's the female character from Mega Man,
Uh-huh.
and it's completely cardboard. Like
Yeah.
I I'm like, how did you get it to do that? Like, how did you get cardboard to bend in a circle to make it look like you have blasters on your hands? It's
It's
just amazing what people
it
can do.
is. It is. It is. There's a cosplayer out of New Zealand. His name is Spicy Tie Designs, and he is. an amazing artist, and he does some cosplays out of cardboard. He does a lot of his mock-ups and stuff with cardboard as well, and it's just like, just his mock-ups make my jaw go.
Like, oh
Wow.
my gosh.
You're so amazing.
Right. So who are some people that you like to look to for inspiration?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Beverly Downen from Downen Creative Studios. She's truly one of my mentors. She when I started working with the foam, she was so incredibly helpful. Kamui Cosplay was another one.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, let's see, painting,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen K. Smith from SKS Props. I mean, if you want to learn how to paint, you need to watch that guy. He's
good to know.
amazing. I mean, I have learned so much about painting from him, and I think he has helped me so much level up on my cosplays just with the painting alone. There's so many lists, but those three are
Mm-hmm.
are some ones that I really look up to.
That's great. I love that you're like, oh, I automatically know these because I know that I threw that to you last minute. It was just something that I was like, well, who do you look up to? Because like I look at you and John Stout and Liz Wright, who won the cosplay competition last year at GeekCon, who did an amazing cosplay. Like I look at all of y'all and I'm like, that's so cool. So it's interesting to see who y'all look at and go, that's so cool.
She did a great job. I was so proud.
So, okay. Well, Miss Donna, is there anywhere that people can find you to follow your cosplay journey? Do you have socials?
Yes, midnightchaoscosplay.com is my website.
Okay.
And my Instagram is also Midnight Chaos Cosplay. I think there's an underscore in there somewhere. But you can just do a search for Midnight Chaos Cosplay and I will pop up. And I have a blue check. If you see anybody without a blue check, that's not me.
Not you.
That's not me. And I do have a Facebook as well, Midnight Chaos Cosplay.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that Dallas will put all of those in the links below. So you can find all of the amazing things that you've done. I think my favorite that you've done that I've seen is probably Hippolyta, because it's such a...
That's the one I can't bend over in.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I love that one too.
I just love it because no one thinks to do her. They always do Diana. And I'm like, but she's amazing too. So,
but you know,
not being able to bend over though, that's a problem.
I've always wanted to do Wonder Woman, but you know, I am a lady of a certain age. And I'm thinking, okay, I might be a little long in the tooth for Wonder Woman. But I can be her mom. I can certainly be her mom, and I pull that off by Gumby.
Oh, you do indeed pull it off, even if you can't bend over.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
But I'll put that costume back on in a heartbeat and suffer for it because I love it so much. That was like my very first big foam build, so I will always wear that costume.
Maybe put some hinges in the hips to make it a little bit more wearable.
I might rebuild it one day to make it a two-piece or something like that. We'll see.
Right. Okay. Well, Miss Donna, thank you for coming on and talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been very fun.
I'm glad. I don't remember how I close out the podcast.
I know one thing.
Yes.
We have GeekCon coming up.
We do. Now, will you be at GeekCon?
I'm not sure. I will be at GeekCon, whether I will be a guest or not. I don't know. That's up to Greg.
Hey, Greg.
That's up to Greg. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
But yeah, I'm excited about that. That's what I call my home con.
Yeah.
That's my favorite con of all time. So
Well, and Geek Devotions will be at GeekCon. We do
Mhm.
already have a booth, so
Yes, I'm excited.
when you come, you should come say hi.
I will.
Because we want to see all the amazing things you're doing.
And I would like to say that in July 12th and 13th, I will be at Cosplay WorldCon in Richmond, Virginia.
Ooh.
So if we have any listeners from that area,
We probably do.
Come by Cosplay WorldCon in Richmond, Virginia. T Stunning Tyler will also be there. Yaya Han will be there. It's going to be amazing. I don't know who else is. They're just now starting to announce guests, so it's going to be fun. I'm very excited about that. I've always wanted to meet Yaya, so that's going to be a great time.
Yes, that she's definitely one of the big ones as far as being the material and the sewing and all of that. So
I won't tell her that I can't sew.
It's our secret. No one will know. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Again, thank you, Miss Donna, for coming and talking with us.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Com Talk today. If you have loved this episode, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify to rate and leave a review. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, stay devoted. Peace and love.